everybody, and welcome to the Bob Stoops app. I'm Brad McMullen, along with Hall of Fame football coach Bob Stoops, and it's championship week. And next week, the college football playoff is going to be announced, and one team we know is going to be there is the Oklahoma Sooners. Wow. They finished November in a big way, Coach.
Oh, fantastic. You just got to give it to them, Coach Venables, the staff, the players, all of them. Just fighting, gritty way to win. And that's what they've done the last 3-4 weeks. You just find a way to win, and they're doing it. You know, we did a few games ago, we had these long drives and then get a score or two. Now, as we kept asking for more chunk plays, big plays. Well, now we get two of them in this game that help win the game. Just really happy for all of them. Just, you know, all the naysayers out there, oh, Oklahoma's going to be this or the next you-know-who, whatever. No, we're 10-2 and had maybe the toughest schedule or the top 5 toughest schedule in America. And here we are at 10-2 and hopefully and should be ready to go to the playoffs.
Yeah, and I say this, that when you look at championship teams over the last 25 years, they were always great at something. It may have been on the defensive side of the ball. Not just 10 years ago, you had the LSU, Alabama, 6-3 game. You had championship games that were, under 20 points. Defense has won championships for a long, long time. That's where the saying came from. This Oklahoma team has a championship defense.
No question about it. They're as good or better than anybody in the country. Statistics back it up. They've had a difficult schedule. That backs it up. They've been on the road and won in tough situations. Come up with big plays defensively throughout the year. Peyton Bowen's interception right after giving them the ball inside the 10 or right around there. Incredible play. So they keep responding. They're tough. They got a confidence going too now. Not just are they tough and disciplined in how they play. They got a true confidence going that they're hard to beat.
And I've said this about Oklahoma for the last 6 weeks. When their back was against the wall offensively, they made the plays they needed to. John Mateer in the fourth quarter, you could say he was probably one of the best quarterbacks in college football. He made the plays he needed to make, and that's why OU won.
That's the truth. Those plays, if they're not hitting stride or if it's behind, in front, whatever, they may not score. And the way he made the big plays when he had to make them, and I credit the offense and Ben Arbuckle and everybody, the patience to wait for it. Coach Venables, the patience not to keep going for it on fourth down. After we missed the one early in the game, smart, look, we're not knocking them off the ball on 4th and 1. We're playing great defense, punt. Let's wait for the right opportunity to come, and they came. And so the patience, I thought, was really great too, not only by Ben Arbuckle, but also Mateer, not to force the ball late and wait for the right opportunities, and then they came open.
And how quickly we forget things. If you go back to that Tennessee football game, 2015, you remember this. The first 3 quarters, the OU offense didn't exist, and they had Baker Mayfield as their quarterback. But boy, oh boy, late in that game, the OU offense, Sterling Shepard, they found ways to get the ball.
That's right. And the defense did their job to keep us in it, keep us in the game until we find our stride. And then we found it, and Baker caught a rhythm, run and pass, and and then we intercept the ball in overtime to win the game. So you got to win different ways, and in this league, you're learning the second year here with SEC teams. There's great defenses out there, and so we have one too. So now we're in the ball game that way. That long as we're in the game, give us a chance in the fourth quarter to win it.
And I think the crucial thing for Oklahoma on this unbelievable run has been the depth of this team. They are not healthy, guys. I mean, if you listen to Lane Kiffin, the best defensive player in college football, R. Mason Thomas, he hasn't played in the last 3 games, and he only played half a quarter against Tennessee. This team in the next 4 to 5 weeks are going to get a lot of players back, and they could, especially on the offensive side of the ball, be a completely different team come playoff time.
It makes a big difference, and excuses or not, it's true. Some people through the year have a little better luck avoiding injuries or a little unlucky that we're getting too many. or they linger a little longer than you want them to. You're right. We get a couple weeks here before a playoff game, hopefully, and if we get some guys back, we're going to be a better team.
Yeah, and you now kind of take a peel back of the 2 losses that Oklahoma had. In the fourth quarter against Ole Miss, they're winning that football game. They unfortunately have a punt fumble that gives Ole Miss the ball back. They lose. Against Texas, they were winning at halftime. And then unfortunately, they just had some bad plays and gave up some big plays against Texas to lose that game. If you really look at it, OU's maybe played 5 or 6 bad quarters of football all year.
Tops.
This has been a really good football team.
No question. You're right. Those second half at Texas and the fourth quarter with Ole Miss and we made too many mistakes. You lose those when you don't make the plays that are there, or when you turn the ball over and give up big plays. But we've throughout the year have played really solid football and incredible defense, incredible special teams, and offense has come up with big plays here at the end, when we needed them.
Amen. All right. ESPN and, of course, CBS Sportsline are predicting that Oklahoma will host a playoff game in Norman. You love OU. What the thought at the start of this season that Oklahoma would be hosting a college football playoff game? How excited are you?
Oh, wow. I can't even explain it. For the whole community, the university, the town, and whoever's coming in is going to be good. So It's going to be a great, great environment, great game. We're as historic a program as there is out there, so it's only proper that we do host one. Hopefully that happens, and I can't wait for it. Hopefully I get seats, so I'll be able to go.
You can come hang out with me. That's fine. All right, and speaking of, and I mean this, the moment. Today is a special day because 27 years ago, you were hired to be the head coach at Oklahoma, and you gave your press conference at Evans Hall. I was there. I was actually in the front row as the student body president, and I remember you.
Were you really?
Yeah. See, I just dated myself, but going back on that day, you said, "Hey, there's no excuses. We're going to win at the highest level." And you did that at Oklahoma, becoming the winningest coach, winning a national championship in your second year, winning all of the major bowl games. What does this day on the calendar, December 1st, mean for you?
It's odd. I'm not one of those big surprise, right? Real nostalgic guy and emotional. Not. Bottom line, and I'm not much on looking back, but I was reminded today on the KREF radio that happened. I didn't realize. I wasn't thinking that when I was having my coffee in the morning watching news. So point being, that's not... but I'm grateful for it. I remember seeing that picture of me at the podium, young, 38 years old.
Yeah.
I love it that Coach Switzer's right over my left shoulder with that grin of his that he has. And, of course, everyone knows we're great friends and from day one here. But it's surreal, and how fast 27 years have gone. Very appreciative and grateful for the career I had here with so many great people. So I'm just thankful for that here on Thanksgiving week after.
Yeah.
But, I just was very lucky to work with the people I did and coaches, administration, players, So, I had a lot of fun. And it is strange to look back on that guy. Because believe me, the next week or two, I was swimming. I thought I ruined my life. I said, what did I do?
The OU football program was not in the shape it is today. Back then, I mean, we had paint peeling off the locker room. We didn't have any of these high-tech cool things out there.
No, it was bad. The program at the time, we were losing money. The university was subsidizing the athletic department. So people don't realize that.
I was explaining that to my son this morning, of the fact that the university was loaning the athletic department money to make payroll in 1999. And boy, oh boy, today, now the university and the athletic department are completely separate. The athletic department makes money and gives the university money.
Their good period of time that I was the head coach, maybe our last, 10, 12 years, we were giving money to the faculty and to the university. And rightfully so. I'm all for be a part of the university in any positive way you can. But, Yeah, but everything's turned over and switched in 2000 when we beat Nebraska. We had a major fundraising campaign the night before the Nebraska game, and then we went out and beat them 31-14, and everything exploded after that, fortunately.
Yeah, and I love Gaylord Memorial Stadium, Owen Field, but it is the building that Bob Stoops renovated. That whole East Suite, all of those things, that all a result of his success. And now you see more expansion, the stadium continuing to become more and more state of the art. It's got to excite you just to see how the program just continues to innovate.
It really does take a lot of pride in helping, being a part of the whole resurgence. And when you look at the old clips of the stadium and our facilities at the time, we spent our first half a year in trailers.
Yeah, you were in trailer.
They were just finishing our coaches' offices upstairs in the south end zone, and the old south end zone that's been demolished now. But anyway, yeah, it was. It's fun to see the whole progression and to have been a part of it.
All right. You walked away, you won the Sugar Bowl, you had Baker Mayfield coming back, you had this unbelievably loaded, talented team that would end up going to the Rose Bowl that you did not coach. If you could do it all over again,
well,
would you have stuck around a little bit longer as the head coach at Oklahoma?
Well, you're putting me on the spot.
Hey, it's your app. I love to do that.
Well, had I known how things would have transpired afterwards, yes. Amen. I thought I walked away at the perfect time, and the successor would have been here for another 15, 18 years like I was, and it didn't work out that way. No one's fault. Just our coaching profession's different, and I get it, being in the profession. It just, but, so there's no taking things back. It just happened the way it happened.
All right, let's talk about the coaching profession. So some big news, some news that you know about, obviously, well, your brother, Mark Stoops, winningest coach in Kentucky history. He actually has more wins at Kentucky than Paul Bear Bryant. So he's done very, very well. Took him to bowl games from 2016 all the way to 2023. Finished 2 top 20 AP finishes for Kentucky. I mean, we can go over the accolades that he has done at Kentucky. They parted ways today. He's a young guy. I mean, he's not going to sit on the sidelines much longer, do you think?
Well, who knows? He may not. I don't know that. It's too early to tell. He should be proud of all the success he had. It's a difficult program in football. Everyone knows that. He won at a great level, the winningest coach, but also, 6, 7, 8 straight bowl games. They had a couple 10 and 8 and 10 win seasons before. All that happened, the really good years for him ahead of the NIL.
Yes.
And then here comes NIL, and that changes everything.
It does.
Now it's who has the money, who's willing to pay football players the money. And I'm not, it's an excuse, but it's true. It's happened to a lot of places.
Yes. Look at Oklahoma State.
If you can't keep up, with the Joneses, or aren't willing to, then things are going to change. And that's just the way the world, the way it is right now. But he's fine. He's, like I said, he did a lot of great things there, he was there a long time, I think 9 years. So, everything changes at some point, and he'll move on from there and be fine.
Yeah, and obviously took Texas to overtime. If they had won that game, they would have been in a bowl game again this year. You got to be really proud, again, of the way your brother carried himself, the way he was really loyal to that program for many years, and, of course, the success they had on the field.
Yeah, no question. And he has a great relationship with the athletic director and president. And I talked with him last night, and he says, hey, they're great guys, and we have a great relationship. And they worked out terms of him, He's paid a lot of money here in the next few years, so
he'll give a good Christmas gift this year, right? You're expecting something nice with that.
But anyway, it's just how it is. Today's world is tougher, and anyway, he is appreciative of his leadership there. They've had a great working relationship, and it's just time to part ways sometimes.
All right, and speaking of parting ways, you got Lane Kiffin on the other side of the fence. You had a chance to actually meet with him when they were here when Oklahoma was playing Ole Miss. He's now going to LSU. I know a lot of people in Mississippi were very upset with the way things were drug out, how they pulled apart. What are your thoughts on the Lane Kiffin story?
It's not Lane's fault. It's not a coach's fault. It's the timing of this whole mess we're in college football. The timing is wrong we'll have people going to playoff games with players in the transfer portal or leaving, not practicing. It's just the schedule's all off, and that's our leadership needs to get a hold of it as NCAA or athletic directors, coaches, presidents, reset the schedule. A coach has no, what's he going to say a week ago, I'm going? And you do need time to a big decision like that to think about it. And the timing of it isn't his fault. Yeah. And just because he's at somewhere 8 years, that means I need to spend the rest of my life there. Well, that's not necessarily true. I mean, everybody's life changes. And so I'm in the profession, or was for a long time. I'm not anymore. Coaches have to have the right with their families to do what they feel is best for them. Players in today's world used to be they couldn't transfer. They'd go somewhere every year if they want. Yep. So, and again, the timing isn't
athletic
right.
Directors. You have athletic directors
everybody
moving different schools.
If you want to change jobs, you can, right? Everyone else in America can. So don't fault a guy for his family. He wants to go do something else. It's the way it is. And the fact that they are 11-1, going to the playoffs, all that, he didn't make the rules of when players can transfer. So LSU got to get to work with their team, transfers, recruiting, on and on. And we're not going to pay a guy $12 million to still be at Ole Miss coaching. Yep. So, and if I'm Ole Miss, I don't want a guy that's going to across the road,
hanging out with my kids,
my players or coaching my guys. He's got LSU on his mind, recruiting, everything else. You can't do that and be doing your job here. And whoever they hired, Pete Golding, who is a great coach,
defensive coordinator,
and he's there. He's their guy. So now it's time to move on with him. And timing is what it is. And see, I totally disagree that a guy could still. I found that fascinating that anyone would even think it's okay to stay and coach a team when you're going across the street as soon as it's over. That doesn't make any sense to me. So I don't know. I don't know that anyone would have wanted Lincoln Riley sticking around to coach OU.
Oh, that was a good point.
For after he'd taken the USC job, anyone around here would be like, "Are you kidding me?" Same thing here. It's he went halfway across the country. These guys are going just a few feet away. Yeah. So anyway, I don't as a coach. What I last week was like, there's no way that's happening, that he's going to coach them.
There you go. There's your mic drop moment right there. All right. So let's talk about, LSU, the job, Lane Kiffin. The LSU team's very talented. Obviously, he's keeping the defensive coordinator, was announced today. We're talking about their DBs before we even started the show. I mean, LSU had some talent on that field.
Oh, man. I'm a old secondary defensive back coach. I was watching those guys. They are really good.
Yeah.
Across the board. And so, and I think that's what, again, I think some of our fans need to get a little perspective on. We're playing some great defenses.
Yes.
And a lot of these guys are going to be NFL caliber players. And so you're not going to go up and down the field like you used to. So it's different. And but yeah, I thought their talent was really exceptional.
Yeah, and John Mateer, 300 yards passing, couple touchdowns. That was great. All right, so let's talk about championship week. And there are some huge football games out there. And man, oh man, it's going to be exciting. Georgia, Alabama, the SEC championship, number 4 Georgia, number 10 Alabama, 11-1 versus 10-2. Georgia's favored by a slight margin, 2.5 points. The game is in the state of Georgia, in Atlanta. I like Georgia in this game.
I do too. I really watched them this past week against Georgia Tech. Really impressed with them. Their quarterback makes a bunch of plays, and he's a younger guy, I think, but man, he really heady, good ball player. He's fearless running the ball. I'm like, this guy's going to get hurt. They don't seem to care. He's running through people, and so anyway, defensively, the job Kirby Smart and they always do is always really great. So anyway, I just it's hard to beat Georgia. I'm going to go with Georgia.
Yeah, I think Alabama's a great football team. I just think Georgia's a better team. And I think when you're playing in the state of Georgia, in Atlanta, there's going to be a lot of Bulldog fans there. I like Georgia to win that one. All right, number 1 versus number 2 for the Big Ten championship. 12-0 versus 12-0. We're talking about Ohio State and Indiana. Indiana is the underdog in this one by 5.5 points. Ohio State got the monkey off their back last week. A lot of people are patting them on the back, but they're patting them on the back for a real reason. Ohio State is a good football team.
They're a great football team, but I tell you what, you got to give it to Indiana. So are they. Yeah. I've watched them a bunch. Just you go to Oregon and win by 10, you got to give it to them. Just disciplined in everything they do. Great defense, really great play design on offense. That Coach Cignetti and their group have done a great job. So I think it's going to be a heck of a game. Mm-hmm. I think it's hard to beat Ohio State, so I'll take Ohio State winning by 6 or 7. But I think it'll be a hell of a game.
Yeah, I'm excited. As the college football fan, those 2 games, cannot wait. And another one that's going to be a lot of fun to watch. Number 11, BYU. Number 5, Texas Tech in the Big 12 championship. 13.5 points. Texas Tech is favored over BYU. Boy, oh boy, they played early in the season, and that's why you got this big point spread. But I think BYU is a really good football team. But Tech, man, oh man, now that they got their quarterback back, they're lighting up the scoreboard.
I agree, and I think they're really feeling it. I want to say that's too many points, but the way I thought that last week with Tech, and they rolled them, awesome. And I think they're feeling it. I'm going to go with Tech to cover it and beat them pretty good. Being that game down there in Dallas, Texas, at AT&T Stadium, and their fans will show up. I think this is their time.
I think so too. I know you're close to a lot of the coaches there at Texas Tech. They have played really well this year. They're an exciting team to watch. If you love offense, they are a great one. I just think they get it done there in Dallas.
I do too. Just what you said. They're great running back. They're throwing the ball. They got a great defense. Special teams are really strong. So, they're a really good all-around team, no doubt.
Now, the ACC championship preseason, you're thinking Miami, Florida State, Clemson. No, we've got Duke, Virginia. That's not a misprint. Duke, Virginia for the ACC championship.
Are you serious?
Yes.
You got to go look at that again.
I look at it a couple of times. Virginia, number 18 in the country, 10-2 on the season. They are favored by 2 points in this one against a 7-5 Duke team that against Illinois looked horrifically bad.
How can that only be 2 points?
2 points.
To me, that's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
No, I'm going Virginia all the way. And I can't say that I've watched a whole game with Virginia, but watching all their highlights every weekend, and wow, they're playing really well. Yeah, so good for them.
And the first team to beat Florida State. And you go back, I thought for me, the monkey on their back was Virginia Tech. I mean, how many years in a row has Virginia Tech beaten Virginia? And they were able to get it done. I love Virginia and the points in this game. All right, the final pick 'em. North Texas, Tulane, number 24 in the country, 10-2. North Texas, 11-1. You got 2 coaches that have left these programs. All right, Coach Morris is now at Oklahoma State. Tulane's coach is now the Florida coach. It's an interesting game. I just like North Texas in this game. I think North Texas has been really, really good, and it's only a 2-point spread. North Texas only favored by 2 points.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch this game.
Yes.
I don't really know both coaches. I'm a big fan of both. They're awesome. Their coaching staffs and the jobs they've done. And this is what's different. You go from a group of 5 or whatever it is anymore to a power 4. Everyone understands. It's not like, Lane Kiffin going across the street in the same conference.
That's correct.
This is different. Everyone can embrace this.
Some are all for them from Tulane to Florida is a big.
Yeah, you're going to double, triple their salary and, bigger stage. It's everything you want. So everyone in the program's happy for them. That's what the difference. And the players are happy for them. The administration gets it. So they should finish out their years. So that to me, to clarify, a little bit different scenario, of course. So anyway, I'm a big fan of both these coaches. I'm going to go with North Texas. Just they're closer here, and for no other reason.
Amen.
And they've been awesome. But so is Tulane. So I really can't wait to watch this game.
All right, so we're going to put a bow tie on this show by talking about the preseason polls and to what we just saw. Now, this is interesting. The preseason top 25 coaches poll didn't even have Oklahoma ranked, right? Obviously, they're number 8 in the poll right now. In the AP poll, there are 12 of the preseason top 25. 12 of them. So almost half, and that's my University of Oklahoma math for you, almost half are not ranked. 12 teams that were in the preseason top 25 as of this week are no longer ranked.
Well, that just tells you whole preseason stuff's just selling newspapers and, time on your phone, whatever. It never bothered me a bit one way or the other. Never cared about it as a coach because it means nothing. You have to go play the games and earn everything and stay healthy, hopefully, play well. And that's what you concentrate on. And those preseason polls, as you see, they get adjusted if you win. That's exactly right. And that's what OU's done. We've won in a strong way in one of the most difficult schedules in the country.
And when you win, not only do you get rated higher, it helps with recruiting. It helps with everything that's going on with the program. A lot of exciting things on this post week of Thanksgiving to be thankful for if you're an Oklahoma Sooner.
Absolutely. It's I couldn't be more excited for the team, for the coaches and the administration, everybody. It's an exciting time, and hopefully things fall out in a positive way here this next week, and the playoff scenarios, and to host a game here would be incredible. Our fans would be so lucky.
Absolutely. And if you look up Brent Venables' name trending on social media, it's for Coach of the Year award.
Absolutely.
I mean, this guy definitely deserves all of the credit for what he has been able to do this year as the coach of Oklahoma.
As everyone sees, Brent's relentless.
Yep.
And I know him personally forever. He's that way every day, all day. And it's what you want. And such a great man, family man, Christian, everything about him is what you want. So I can't, I'm elated for him, the staff. The staff's great guys, and the players. They get a really tight-knit group. So anyway, I just want to see it. I just want to see it keep happening the way it is.
Amen. And if you have a chance to check out ESPN Plus, they have these documentaries on the Sooner team. And if you look at the very first one, he's walking around with the players in the preseason, and he goes, "If you want to know what the standard is, it's the best."
Yeah.
We expect the best at Oklahoma. If you came to Oklahoma for anything else, you should probably head out.
Every day. That's what it is. And we don't hide from all those banners, those national championships, conference championships. That's what we are, and you got to live up to it, and they know that. So, and they're on their way to doing that.
Amen. It's going to be a lot of fun. Remember, for videos anytime, just tap on our video link. For Hall of Fame football coach Bob Stoops, I'm Brad McMullen saying enjoy championship weekend, everybody.